Well, again, everybody, it's Plowboy's Ghost Channel. Today we're going to check out the velocity of a few 480 loads. Trying to work up to what I want to use, what I want to make a bunch of. In the 4 5/8 Super Blackhawk Bisley 480. Fully loaded, dangerous as hell, just like it needs to be. Alright, the first load we're going to test is, these are all going to be using a Lee 400 grain bullet, but the difference is going to be, I am loading these right here. This is at 480 length. The 400 grain Lee bullet has 2 crimp grooves. If you load it in the top crimp groove, gives you the shortest overall length. That's 480 length. They use 480 Ruger load data. That is a max charge, 22.3 grains according to Hodgson, of H110 with that seated short at 480 length. Then we do that, I've got 2 other loads to check, and I've run these in the past in other guns and in this gun 5 years ago. We have it loaded in the bottom crimp groove, which gives you a longer overall length, the same overall length as 475 Linebaugh, which means the same case capacity as 475 Linebaugh. Using H110 powder. These are all with a large pistol Magnum primer, by the way, with H110 and Winchester 296. So I don't have any 296 at the moment, but this is at the start load using 475 Linebaugh load data from Hodgson, 24.5 grains of H110. I expect this to run just a few feet per second slower than the max 480 at that shorter length. The next one up, but it'll do it at a lot less pressure. According to Hodgson's book, that start load of 475 Linebaugh is like 20 something feet per second slower than the max 480, but it's doing it like about 5,000 less psi, less pressure. I like that. Like that 5 years ago, I told y'all that. Now, look that old video up. 480 Ruger Super Blackhawk Bisley, helmet not included. It's poor video quality as usual, but with an older camera, I don't even think that was 1080. I think that was like 720 or even worse. And then the other one is going to be the same 400 grain Lee at the same length, 475 Linebaugh length, but using 25 grains. The max on that is 26.5. I have ran up to 26 in the Super Red Hawk Alaskan that I had, and the cases started getting sticky, but that's, once again, that 6-shot Super Red Hawk Alaskan, the older ones especially, were known for sticky extraction. And this one, I think I have in the past ran 25.5. I know I have, but I didn't have a chronograph back in to see what I was doing. And then I didn't have sticky case extraction either. So that's what we got going. Put my ear ball protection in. I'm gonna move y'all back here just a few feet. We're gonna use that Athlon chronograph. It's been doing me a lot of good. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. And I'll tell you right now, you know, full disclosure, they sent it to me, but if they hadn't have sent it to me, I was going to buy one. And if I'd have paid money for it, I'd be happy. So 1161.1, 1146.3, 1153.9, 1096.1. There's always got to be one low one, don't there? And 1135.8. Summary on that one is the average 1138.6. Standard deviation 22.8. Stream spread 65. If it wasn't for that low one, it wouldn't be like that. 1151.3 foot-pounds, which does not mean anything to me. Keep telling y'all that power factor of 455.5. Going to the next one. All right, let's see. Case extraction is pretty daggum easy. Just shooting right out of there. Put those off and pick a pocket. I got a 44 Bulldog in that pocket, so I probably won't pick that one to stick a gun in. I mean, brass in. Stick a gun in. I'm losing my mind, ain't I, y'all? Okay, that was 1130 something. All right, let's try the 24.5 grain of H110 loaded long under that same bullet. This 475 Linebaugh data. Here we go. Well, that's actually a little bit more, 1182.7 at the start load. 1152.2. 1135.5. I ain't lost nothing. 1126.3. 1153.2. All right, let's see how they extract. Just as easy as the other ones, in my opinion. Whoop. Yep, when they just jump out of there, that's pretty easy. All right, let's see. Let's continue amateur hour here and give y'all some more numbers. The summary is that average is 1150.0. Standard deviation 19.3, extreme spread 54.4. Excuse me, 56.4. Y'all, I need to bring my reading glasses out here. 1174.4 on the foot-pounds and 460.0 on the power factor. All right, let's do the next one up, but I'm liking it 24.5 grain, be honest with you. All right, let me load these others up. Y'all getting some true greenhorn crap here, ain't you? You'd think after doing this for almost 9 years, which of course I wasn't doing chronograph stuff, but making videos for almost 9 years. September it'll be 9 years that I've had this channel making gun videos. We're not counting the three-wheeler video from 75 years ago that I had on there. And you'd think I'd already figured a few things out and got better at it, but it don't appear so. All right, let's see what 25 grains of H110 does. 1162.4, 1185.7, 1175.2, 1170.3. We have had, what do we have, a bullet jump crimp? Yep, we sure did. Thought I had enough crimp on them, but y'all, I don't. We're learning stuff every day, ain't we? All right, I'll get that out of there. 1172.2. Just imagine that I had that crimped enough, and that'll be good enough for me for right now. Let's see here. The summary would be, average on that one was 1173.2. Standard deviation 7.6, extreme spread 23.3. Y'all, if I can crimp it to stay in there, I like that load. For the standard deviation in the extreme spread was a lot better. And I really can't tell much difference in recoil on all this neither way. 1222.2 on the foot-pounds and 469.3 on the power factor. Lord, I'm here to tell y'all what, we all got a power factor, don't we? Mine's usually pretty low. Had a couple of people ask me trying to think of a few things to talk to y'all about. What holsters I'm using on some of these. So I'm going to tell you today, this right here, it snaps. This is a Triple K Lightning 440. Let me make sure y'all can see that. It was made for a standard 4 5/8 Blackhawk. It did not want to fit the 480 because it's got a little bit larger cylinder. I understand that the barrel is a little bit larger diameter, even though the frame and the rest of it's supposed to be the same size as the standard gun. But I had to wet form that. Just wrap that up in cellophane plastic real good. Put the holster under some running warm water. Put that in there. Forced it in there good, snapped it, and let it sit for a while. Pressed it down around it real good. That's what wet forming is. I'm sure a bunch of y'all are familiar with it. Now it fits this gun great. And I didn't have to give some big money for a new holster. The downside is now it fits my other 2 and 4 5/8 Blackhawks, the 45 Colt and the 41 Magnum, but just a little looser than it did. So I am probably going to just buy another one of these Triple Ks, just like this one, and leave it a little bit tighter for the other 2 Blackhawks. I like this because you have the option of putting it on strong side or cross draw. It's got the loops on the back of it or the pathway for the belt on the back of it for both. And I love a thumb brake holster. Give me some good retention. It's not gonna fall out. Anybody goes to try to grab it or something, which I don't usually let people in that close, but if somebody goes to try to grab it, you know, at least I can put a hand on them while pulling out the Bulldog 44 Special. And maybe I'll blind them if I hit them in the eye with my pocket holster. Anyhow, yeah, like I wear the 480 to town. Much. I can't think of much else to add to this, y'all. I had a couple of people say, oh, I'm glad to see you back into 45 Colt. Back into 45 Colt when I did the last video testing some of the loads. And I'm thinking, when did I ever get out of 45 Colt? I've told everybody it nearly every video. If you go back through my 400 plus videos over the last almost 9 years, if I'm not showing a 45 Colt, I at least mention 45 Colt in it. Probably about half of them, maybe a little more than half of them. I'm pretty strong on 45 Colt, and that's what I told somebody. I said, you know, I still have 6 guns chambered in 45 Colt. I never left it. But sometimes I like to do something a little bit different. That's what the 41 Magnum is. It's something a little bit different. And 480 Ruger, you know, I want a bigger than 45 just in case. Although, you know, I have no doubt if Night of the Grizzlies happens to my good friend Garrett Woods out there from 11 Bang Bang channel, they're out right now or they're out in Montana. I reckon they've gone to Glacier National Park. I asked him if they've watched Night of the Grizzlies. He's got his 45 Colt Blackhawk with him loaded up right. So if he's attacked by 6 bears, I expect one of those. Try to get me a rug or something out of the deal, dude. But anyhow, even though I know 45 Colt properly loaded is a lot more capable than a lot of people think it is, I still want one bigger than 45 Colt. And right now my 45 Colt Blackhawk's hanging on the wall at the house with those 420 grain Aria ballistic engineering, and I know those are going to penetrate like a freight train. They got a good size knee plat on them. A 315 grain load for that's going to do a lot of good. This is a bigger 400 grain load, bigger diameter, running pretty fast for its size and its weight, in my opinion, out of a barrel that's, you know, 4 5/8 inch long. So I haven't left 41 Magnum. I haven't left 45 Colt. 45 Colt is still my favorite. 41 Magnum is really up there. It's in my top 2 or 3. My top 2. And 480 Ruger is trying to get in my top 2. I haven't asked y'all to like and subscribe in a long time. If y'all haven't subscribed, It's your call whether or not it's worth doing it, but if you do, I really do appreciate it. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I will talk to y'all later.